much a region can do at the moment of the crisis. As you can't really do anything about the industry structure at that particular moment. You can't change the overall education. And you can create a network from nothing in short amount of time. And this stresses the importance of long-term focus on proactive measures on regional development, anticipation and cooperation.
The situation was very much similar than the situation in Ireland at the moment. We decided to create many infrastructural and competence-oriented prerequisites for local companies. Many regions are facing sudden structural changes when our paper mills are closing down.
Can you give some examples of those? What are the most important ones?
Many of them are related to competencies and well-being and intelligence solutions and local and global markets.
I don't know what the next fast thing to replace the internet is going to be. It may well be something in the well-being sector that is so important that it drives, you know.
The traditional approach is based on experts and experts only. And we are trying to widen it. Using Facebook for that. It was your choice, maybe it's the best tool at the moment.
Trying to understand the importance of what's happening in the local environment and what's important in the global environment is the core of our research. It can tap into the local resources of Galway, so it can take university students from Galway. We have a biomedical research centre. Because we have no domestic market of any great size, so the focus is immediately global.
Okay, good. Then you mentioned there at your presentation that Ireland's ambition is to become a leader of innovation.
Yeah.
So how are you doing?
Obviously the government have put in a lot of supporting measures around entrepreneurship, innovation at company and firm level, and also then in terms of the third level sector.
In the future?
Absolutely. I suppose if you look at in the 60s and 70s, being an entrepreneur in Ireland wasn't socially accepted.
Are you afraid of the future?
No, I think Ireland has a very positive future. I mean, there's been a growth in entrepreneurial activity in terms of micro businesses. You look at the moment, our food industry is booming. Our marine sector is growing, as well as the other sort of the ICT and life sciences have continued to grow and expand. So.
That was a tricky one, but I think renewables, and we even discussed kind of nuclear energy, but we can't realistically see that being an option for the west of Ireland. It's more wave energy, as Paul was mentioning. We do have quite a lot of infrastructure out there already, but the main thing will be the storage of that energy, and we think realistically that between now and 30 years time that will be sorted. The second one, the third one is superpowers. So we said that Superman is going to move to Galway and have a lot of kids. No, this was a difficult one, and we discussed that maybe in even 10 years time, or realistically 30 years time anyway, that China will no longer be in the form that it is now. The question is, where will the next superpower be in terms of...
So that there will be no more employees. Everyone would be considered as an entrepreneur.
I don't know if it is. I think some people, can learn it, but you kind of need this propensity to take the risk and say, okay, I'm going to make this happen.
That depends on your definition of entrepreneurship and business. I mean, look at consultants. I mean, they are running their own businesses, but they might have semi-permanent contracts with some companies for, let's say, an extended period of time. It can be anything from 1 week to, let's say, 1 year. And you might have the same kind of development with regular people working for whoever they're working for. I mean, you have to sell your knowledge and skills to your employer, let's say, once a month.
Well, now we have seen, we have tested, we have tried one method how to approach the future. Did you learn something? You have a better understanding about the future?
Yeah, recently in Galway they tried to do something of that vein, was it?
The docks as well.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
even though it was concrete, it was what they're going to do. Much we noticed it strongly.
Yeah.
That there was a huge difference in the approach.
And there's reports on what are the global trends and how they will affect Finland and what Finland should do. That's the kind of stuff Jari was talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And that was just a national level from a think tank sort of thing, but it's also done by public authorities. And this think tank creates or gives the authorities sort of framework from which to start and thinking about their region or their line of response.
We were most interested in the possibles. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, I'm just saying that's the difference, you know? Yeah.
And what have you learned?
I've learned, you have taught us a lot about even our way of thinking. You know, even as Paul said earlier, it's a lot less structured, which is probably better. You know, it gives view on things. In terms of what we've learned here today, like that, it's great to get different opinion or different way of viewing, how we should look at things in the future. Is that it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much. It was kind of presented a new way of thinking rather than what we're used to here at Galway, because it's very kind of textbook stuff that we learn about here.
So, did you learn anything in particular?
I did. I suppose it'd be kind of when the other lecturer came in there, he was kind of put maybe more outrageous ideas out there. And kind of just be a bit more outside the box and not to be so narrow-minded about things.
Yeah.
That's what I would say probably the best thing I learned about it.